Okay, I'm back again. As I said, I wanted to have some time to go over this because now we're interpreting a graph, and this is not in color. It's very hard to read because it's not in color. So let me go ahead and grab a couple of highlighters here. I'm going to pick one that is going to be F. This is my F of X. I'm just going to pick green. Okay, and everywhere I see F, I'm just going to F of X and F of X. So I've marked everything in green, and G of X, let's do that in pink. G, 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 and G, and G. Okay. So it says F plus G minus 1 of a negative 1. So this is saying F plus G of a negative 1. So F of a negative 1, because remember this is F of negative 1 plus G of negative 1. So I wish they would have given me some more space on this. F of negative 1 equals, so I'm going to come over here, I'm going to find negative 1, and that ends up being a negative 2. G of negative 1. Alright, G of negative 1 is a positive 1. So when I add those two together, we get that the answer would be a negative 1. So the function will be negative 1. There's our final answer. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take and we're going to multiply these two together. But again, we're going to find out where F of X is equal to 4. I mean, what F of 4 is. So here's 4. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to take 3, and we're going to multiply that by, where's G? G of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it is 1. So the answer is 3. Alright. F of negative 2. Negative 2. And it ends up being a negative 1. And we're going to subtract from that whatever G of negative 2 is. Negative 1, negative 2. It also ends up being a negative 1. A 1 subtract a negative 1 equals 0. Alright. When it is like this is a composed function. This one is also a composed function. And again, I said we're going to do the composed functions at a later date. Alright, now we are at the last part. It says, for which values is the graph greater than F of X greater than G of X? Well, it is greater when green is above pink. And it is above pink from negative infinity until we get to, and we're also saying equal to, until we get to negative 2. So, from negative infinity to negative 2, and it includes negative 2 because this has the equal sign on it. And we have other places where the green is above the pink, union, and it is above the pink or equal to the pink at, well, it looks like 3. X is 3, includes the 3, and it is still above pink or equal to pink when X gets to be 8. Okay. Where is X below pink? Well, it's below pink. Again, this is less than, and it doesn't have the inequality symbol under it, so we're going to use just parentheses on all of these. So at negative 2 up to 3 parentheses, and then it becomes below the pink graph again at 8. Again, 8. And that is to positive infinity. I know that you guys are going to think that it's negative infinity, but remember we are reporting in terms of X, not in terms of Y. Our in behavior is that as X approaches positive infinity, Y approaches negative infinity. Alright, so So let me get another page and we will come back and address the composition ones.